Matisse, Chelsea fan.
William. Matisse, Chelsea fan. Keep, bench, or sell. You ready?
Ready.
Kepa.
Sell. High wages, high transfer fee, not world class. Great season so far, or a very good season, but sell.
Edouard Mendy.
Bench. I think he's good enough to be on the bench. Didn't cost a lot. Still a good cross collector. I'll bench him.
Thiago Silva.
I'd keep him. I think we need that leadership. Good ball playing centre back, best centre back. I'd keep him. Leadership.
Trevor Chalobah.
Keep 100%. Probably our standout defender before the World Cup. Young, promising, lots to learn, lots to develop. Keep 100%.
Ben Chilwell.
Keep. The injury concerns are there, but very good player, and we miss him a lot when he's not there. We don't get as many points, so he has to stay.
Reece James.
Easy keep. Best right back in the league, just needs to stay fit again, but best player at the club, really, alongside Thiago Silva. Easy keep.
Kalidou Koulibaly.
I think now sell. Current form, playing really poorly. We've just signed a new centre back. We've got Levi Colwill at Brighton. I think so. He hasn't acclimatised at the moment, so sell.
Cesar Azpilicueta.
Sell. 100%. Should have been sold last summer. Captain, leader, legend, but not good enough anymore. Not good enough on the ball. Not good enough in the attack. Not good enough. And aging and declining, so definitely time to get rid.
Mark Correa.
Keep. Slow start to the season. A little bit dodgy at times, but still think he's good enough defensively, and I think he's still got ways to go with Potter as well as manager, so I'm definitely keeping.
Wesley Fofana.
Keep. Injury, again, just came in, but young, promising, loads of potential. Still got belief in him that he can reach the top, just needs to stay fit again. I said that a lot of times, but keep.
Jorginho.
Sell. Easy sell for me. Love the player, love the character, love what he's done for the club, but definitely time to move on and get a different type of six now, so time to sell.
N'Golo Kante.
Sell. That's not going to be popular for a lot of people, but again, injury prone. But this time, I don't really feel like he's going to recover. I don't have the confidence he's going to recover. He's aging. He is regressing, and I think it's time to refresh the midfield, and I want space, so I'm going to sell.
Mateo Kovacic.
Keep. Great at the World Cup. Still, for me, our best midfielder on a consistent basis. And he does have injury issues, but I still have a little bit of faith. He's a lot younger. He hasn't got as much mileage, and stupidly press resistant. Such a good player.
Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
Sell. I love Ruben. Came through the academy, but I don't think he's going to make a stamp on this team to the way that I would want him to do it. And I think got a lot of young players coming through in that position. I want to give him a chance, so I'm going to sell.
Mason Mount.
Keep. Still believe in Mason as much as he's been poor this season. I think he's still got potential, but he might not be a starter. But I'm going to keep him.
Dennis Zakaria.
At the moment, bench. I think he's been solid and he's getting better. So who knows? He actually might end up staying, and he actually might end up being a key player for the rest of the season. He had a really good performance, so I'm gonna bench him.
Conor Gallagher.
Sell. I'm gonna sell him as well. I think for me, technically, he's just not good enough. I think he's a hard worker. He's got some attributes, but for me, Chelsea midfielder standards, I think we could do better. So I'm gonna sell.
Carney Chukwuemeka.
Bench, young player, still promising, still coming up through the ranks, very talented. And yeah, I think there's a lot of potential there. He had a good performance against City.
Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang.
Sell. Straight sell. Didn't want him in the first place. I think he's a player that he needs a lot of service. He's a bit limited, but even still, I don't think technically he's good enough. I think he lacks a lot, and I would rather have an all-round forward. So I'm gonna sell.
Christian Pulisic.
I'm gonna bench. It's tough with him. I'm on the verge of selling as well, but I'm gonna bench just purely because I think if we get a midfield change up, I think he's still showing at the World Cup that he has a little bit of something there. So I'm gonna give him a little bit of faith there.
Raheem Sterling.
Keep. Still think he's a good player. Definitely not been good enough this season, but I think that's down to us and a little bit down to him, of course, but he's played a lot of different positions. I think he's a good player still. We just signed him as well, so I'm going to keep.
Armando Broja.
Bench, because we need to get, I think, a starter up front. We need to get a proper top striker, but I think he's got potential. He's had a big injury though, so I'm going to bench and let's see how he does on the recovery.
Hakim Ziyech.
I'm going to sell. Ziyech is a good player. He showed it at the World Cup, but for me, I think I still see limitations in his game. He's a bit predictable. He doesn't have the pace as a winger, and I would prefer to see someone a little bit more explosive, a little bit more dynamic. So I'm going to sell, but good player.
Kai Havertz.
Bench. I'm going to bench him. I think sometimes he shows that he's got, you know, the ability that I want in a player, but then it's very inconsistent, and then I'm almost on the verge of sell, to be honest. But we're gonna bench because I'm gonna give him a bit more time.
Finally, Graham Potter.
Keep. Too early, only a few months in, but he has to fix up drastically because the form is some of the worst I've seen from a Chelsea manager at the moment. But there's a lot of context to that. There's a lot of, you know, players that need to be moved on. There's a lot of learning for him to do as well as a coach in that position. So I'm gonna hang in there and firm it.
Okay, thank you. The Premier League season is back, and each and every week, don't forget to check out the best of enemies with me, Robbie, and that.
And that what, blood? You know them way
Tottenham
there,
fan.
blood. Now, Mr. Genetically jacked, athletically stacked, half man, half amazing, modern day man, expressions oozing. And I can't wait to watch all the football content, the Champions League streams on DR Sports with Tottenham. You know them way there.
You ain't gonna win the trophy, are you? Let's be real.
What do you mean? Listen, we're definitely winning the trophy, blood.
What?
Tottenham are winning a trophy this season. And why would
What?
I take football advice from you, blood? I'd rather take advice from hair products than
What
football
trophy
advice
are you
from
gonna win?
Huh?
What trophy are you gonna win?
We won one already, fam. The Walter Towel Cup, blood. You get me, fam? And now we want the FA Cup, we want the Carabao, we want the Premier League, fam. I want to see my team playing in the Charity Shield. I'm excited, fam. Are you excited?
I'm very excited. So don't forget to check out the best of enemies each and every week right here on DR Sports. Listen, you might not win the trophy, but you can have a ball.
This guy, at least I can see my balls, unlike certain man. This